On that list, well, they won a Super Bowl. Dan, what makes this Broncos defense so tough to deal with?
I think one in the pass or in the run game, you really can't block Zach Allen one-on-one. And I think that's the challenge for Baltimore when they run around the football is how are they going to handle him? And because he creates such an issue. Sometimes you think we'll run away from him, but he squeezes it down so well. And as an offensive perspective, you're like, well, we want to make sure that we get two sets of hands on him. But then it singles up other people. And then the second thing is Surtain is legit lockdown. There's not a ton of straight up lockdown guys that when you cut on tape, you're going, hey, we don't want to throw the ball anywhere near this guy. And I think that what it does is offenses oftentimes you cut the field in half. So you're talking about in your run game, you're down a guy because Zach Allen commands the double teams. And then two, there's a pass game wrecker essentially in Surtain that in many ways, like it cuts the field in half where you can throw the football to. I would say like we played against Darrelle Revis. Revis was like this, where you would be like, I'm not throwing the ball anywhere near him. And so as a quarterback, you would kind of have half the field to work with. That's a challenge offensively.
Yeah, I would venture to say, Dio, you're absolutely right, especially when you watch them on film. Now's the test, though. Like the last loss that they had was against the Los Angeles Chargers, and there were some issues that they had in pass coverage with crossers and dudes flashing across their face, getting backs on backers as well. I looked at a few plays and I was like, let me go back to the last game they lost defensively and gave up 23 points. And this was the one, and the recurring theme all game was trying to take your receivers, your slot guys. You see Ladd right here running them away from these DBs. And then in zone, trying to find the space, and Justin Herbert was able to a few times to find some holes in that zone coverage. Look, you are not wrong. They are really good on defense. Up front, they can get after the passer. I think teams with multiple layers, like the Chargers were able to show, gave them some issues. Even though it wasn't a blowout, it was some success had with those guys in that game.
Yeah, I think your point of backs and maybe Justice Hill being a bigger part of their passing game than maybe, a
100%.
tight end. Again, I love the tight ends in Baltimore. I just think it's a massive challenge when you have to plan for both in your run and in your pass, a person who could wreck your football game. And the Broncos have that. This is probably the best defense that Baltimore's played since week one. And it's the best offense that the Denver Bronco defense has seen all season. Who wins that battle?
Well, it's good on good. The Broncos defense and the Ravens offense both rank first in yards per play. So you see it right there.
There you go.
Don't you love when the numbers just fit right with
Big fan of that.
All right, coming up, Jordan Love's status for Sunday uncertain, but Swagoo optimistic about the Packers' chances to have success against the Lions defense. He'll talk about Green Bay, where they have a major advantage. That's next on NFL Live. And check out Christian McCaffrey. His wife, Olivia, they dressed up as Dorothy and the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. She's a great Dorothy. He's a good Tin Man.
Real dog? Like, is that their dog?
That is their dog.
Yeah.
As we look ahead to Sunday's matchups. All right. Look at Mike McDonald. He's a bat. The Seahawks defense started the season strong, allowing 43 points combined over their first 3 games. But that was to Bo Nix, Jacoby Brissett, and Skylar Thompson. Since then, they have allowed their opponents to score 30 points per game, the third most in the NFL. They've also allowed the second highest total QBR and the most yards per play. Mina, that's scary. Will playing the Rams be a trick or a treat for the Seahawks defense?
How do you feel about this matchup? That was my best horror movie. Sorry. I'm so bad. Oh my God. It is appropriate. I actually would feel that way about anyone facing this. Stop laughing at me, guys. This Rams offense should be scary to any defense, even good defense. Here's the thing about the Seahawks defense. The pass defense is actually not bad. The problem is they're never in third down because they can't stop the run. And unfortunately, this Rams rushing attack with Kyren Williams is awesome. So I don't see this going well for them.
All right, so whoever makes that a meme, you got to include the sound.
Be a meme.
You need the sound with it. It's so good. Okay, James Daniels and the Commanders, they travel to East Rutherford taking on the Giants. Daniels has played much better on the road than at home this season. He leads the NFL in QBR, and it is 18 points higher here, I don't know, than it is at home. He also has 5 passing and 4 rushing touchdowns away from D.C. compared to just 2 passing touchdowns in the nation's capital. I don't know what Jaden's wearing there, but RC, is Daniel's road to success a trick or a treat?
No, I mean, I think it's a trick. I think it's a treat because he's just that good. And we're talking about the way that he's playing at home. It's not like Jaden Daniels doesn't absolutely ball at Washington Commanders home games as well. He's just played a little better on the road when you've had opportunity to play teams like the Cincinnati Bengals, where we first watched him go crazy, and then he went on the road against the Arizona Cardinals as well. I think this opportunity against the New York Giants, we'll see much of the same. But if this team improves in the red zone at home, we'll see the same sort of Jaden Daniels there as we see on the road.
All right, so for the Cowboys here, we didn't have to really dress it up Halloween-y because it's just scary enough in and of itself. Although Jerry is a mummy.
No,
okay.
Don't do Jerry as a mummy.
Cowboys defense. I didn't do this. The Cowboys defense has been handing out points this season like treats. They're allowing 28.3 points per game. They're tied for the 4th most through 7 games in Cowboys franchise history. Each of the previous 4 times they allowed that much, they finished the season way below 500. Marcus, will Dallas playing the Falcons be a trick or a treat?
It's going to be a trick. Have y'all seen Dallas defense play action-based football teams that can run the ball successfully? Bijan Robinson and Algier are planning on having really good days against this defense. And obviously, we've seen Kirk Cousins put up 509 yards this season. I'm not saying it won't happen like that, but we all know Dallas's issue, and that's stopping the run, and it's something that Atlanta does pretty well.
All right, let's see what's next. I mean, this is like a treat for me either way. The Bills, okay, Josh Allen as Dracula. The Bills continue to score in bunches in Buffalo. The Bills lead the league in points, total QBR, and touchdown to interception ratio when playing at home this season. And their 38.3 points would be their most average at home in a season in franchise history. Dan, is the Bills' offensive success a trick or a treat?
It's a treat, and one of the things that they do better than anybody is Joe Brady, their play caller, goes with 6 offensive linemen on the field. Number 1, it simplifies defenses. They have to put 7 bigs on the field. You get one-on-one coverage more often than not on the outside, and it does a great job of making sure that Josh's reads are very clear with good pockets and protection. These are simple reads for a quarterback. Go route, crossing route, check down. Easy, 6 offensive linemen on the field. They can run the football out of it. And I think I like the thing I like the most of this in their run game is when they put those 6 offensive linemen in, it gets the run started. They don't have negative plays in their run game. It gives everybody else on the offensive line a chance to lean on defensive linemen. Again, 6 offensive linemen on the field, 7 bigs by the defense. There's that very simple coverage structure. You get a one-on-one with that extra offensive lineman blocking that rush end. And look at the soft vacancies within the defense. I think more teams should do this candidly in the NFL, just like 4x1. I think the team playing tonight, the Jets, I wish they did that. It gives your run game a chance. It commits to protection. Look at the numbers. They're the best and or the most in the NFL when they put 6 offensive linemen on the field. More teams should be doing this.